Hey, what up? This is Asim Marketer. So today we're gonna be talking about VBOT because it's back again on a deal, and to be honest, it's one of the best marketing automation tool that I've used. And I come from using Klaviyo, and now I've switched over to VBOT because it's able to do a lot of what I actually want from Klaviyo itself, right? So a lot of you should know that I run a multi-million dollar e-commerce business, and you know and I don't like paying for a lot of the expensive prices that Klaviyo has. So I use VBOT, and I'm gonna be showing you the marketing automation flows that I have, right? So it is quite complex as to what I am trying to achieve, but hopefully some of you can understand and make use of it in your own businesses. So let me jump in, right? So the thing about VBOT, right, is that it has a lot of features. It has, on top of marketing automations, it has push notification built in. It has your API and webhooks, outgoing webhooks. You have your social media inbox, social media scheduler. It also has landing pages, it has forms. So there's a lot of stuff in here, and there's also a pipeline tool that you can make use of as well, which is like a task manager. So these are the main features of VBOT, right? And the good thing is that on top of, for e-commerce, you can also, if you are running a marketing agency, this is a great tool for your agency business as well, because the higher plan that I have actually gives me 20 sub accounts, and these sub accounts can be white labeled, and you can then rent it out to your clients as well. And if when they need more emails, they would just sort of pay you or pay to VBOT itself. So it's a great tool, I would say. Very, very powerful. So let's kind of jump in, and I'm just going to talk about like the automations right here. Okay, so some of these are quite straightforward. So we've got this unsubscribe automation. So because I get a lot of people just signing up into my emails, and so what I do, I have a unsubscribe automation. I just kind of get rid of them. Okay, and then I have an ebook flow, which I will show you later. I have a welcome flow. I have a restock reminder. I will go talk about that later on as well. Facebook review, Google My Business review, social media follows, customer thank you, win back, cart recovery, and pretty much that's all. Okay, so the first thing I want to be talking about is in the e-commerce business, right? This flow is I'm gonna be ranking them based on like how much revenue that I actually make from these email flows. And the first one is card recovery, right? So I have two flows right here, and because it's been quite a while since I set this up. We are talking about 10 months ago that I set this up, and I mean it's running well. I'm doing well with all this emails, but it's been quite a while, so I may not remember right, because it's been a while. I'm just going through these automation workflows again, so I'm just going to share with you how I set this up. Okay, so it's very my workflow, it can be very complex, so I will just kind of explain what is going on, right? So this is for e-commerce store, right? So e-commerce, someone comes onto your website, they add an item to cart. Okay, what happens is that they abandon the cart, right? So let me just kind of take a look again about the abandoned cart, because I set it to 15 minutes, right? I believe there is something to cart abandonment again. I just want to kind of jump into it again. I can't recall. Wait, something's wrong here. Okay, there we go. let me just kind of turn off my ad guard, right? It's probably the one that's messing with, the loading of it. Okay, so here we go. And let me just kind of explain, because if you are coming from Klaviyo, the thing about VBulk, it can replicate a lot of what Klaviyo does, but there are some things that's missing. Okay, so the first thing right here is contact enters workflow, right? So after 30 minutes of adding the first product to cart, so what counts as an abandoned cart is when they add an item to cart and they did not check out after 30 minutes, and that will count as an abandoned cart, right? So and then what happens is I add a further delay of 15 minutes. Okay, so personally, based on my experience, looking at my visitors, I realized that the best time to send out the first email is about 45 to an hour, 45 minutes to an hour, right? Because 30 minutes, sometimes they just spend more time on your site. It's not very nice for you to send out an email while they are still on your site itself. So you want to make sure that you send out the email after they exit your site, and then they receive an email calling them to come back. So I put a 15 minutes delay. Okay, and let me just kind of explain this part, like why am I creating a task right here is because the UX for VBulk, right, the way that it's being set up is that it does not allow you to create like multiple points. Can you see that? Okay, you can't link the path for delay. You can't have multiple path for delay, right? So that's the problem why I actually put in a create a new task right here. So then from create new task, it then goes into send email or send send a different email right here. Okay, so if they make a purchase, let me see here. Okay, so so if they are a new customer, okay, they will then be sent this email right here. And let's open up the preview. Okay, it's block. Okay, so there we go, right? So we have a simple email like this that goes out. Hey, did you forget something? It looks like you forgot your order. Use this code and get $5 off. Right, and then we'll send their cart details in here, and then we have a button to continue to checkout. Okay, so that so the way that I create my emails, right? Look at the way that I create my emails in my my emails right here. So over here, so this is one kind of email, and I'll show you a different kind of email later on. So this email itself, I only place the logo right here. I only place the logo in the header of the email, and then look at the footer section right here, right? So I have a review right here. So I have a review right here, right? Customer review. So a lot of people don't do this, and I find that this works really well. Put in a customer email right here, and then you put in free shipping. So what I have is like what is your selling point of your business, and you see a lot of e-commerce stores doing this, like I think like Sephora, ColourPop, other like you can just take a look at how those cosmetic e-commerce stores does this. So they'll just put in their what makes them kind of stand out from other brands or other competitors, right? Just put in what you have that you are better than others, which is number one, free shipping, secondly, a loyalty program, thirdly, we have a quick response customer support, right? So because I have 3 live agents during the day, and they work from like 8 a.m. all the way to 12 a.m., right? So we have someone right there, answering all the questions that people reach out to us for. We have a live chat widget, okay, and of course that's using Desku, and Desku is also on a deal right now. I'll also be talking about that in a different video, right? And then there we go, right? So this is the email, this is the way that I create it. Okay, so so if they are a new customer, I will send them a coupon code. If they have already purchased from us before, I will just remind them and I will not give them any discount at all. Then after that, what I'll do is, the way that I structure the emails, right, is that you want to send them out in blocks of 3 hours or 4 hours, right? So every multiple of 3 hours or so. Okay, so so what I see is that a lot of people actually view our emails when they are on a break. Okay, so for example, people start work at about 9 a.m. So people will go on like 8 a.m. They will just 7 a.m. They will look at their phone. They will check their emails. Those are the best time when I get the open rates up, right? Click rates, open rates up. Then about 3 to 4 hours later, it will be lunchtime, and then they will be looking at their phone. They will access the emails again. Then another 3 or 4 hours later, they will be on their break, and then they will leave their work. On the way back, they look at their phone again, and then after they have dinner, they showered, they're resting. Another 3 hours gone. They will be on their phone again, right? So that's kind of how I sort of picture the open rates and click rates are. So make sure that you kind of send them out in every 3, 6, 9, 12, or 24 hours kind of block, right? So you do this in this kind of multiples, you will have a very good open rates, I would say. So let's say they they open up they go onto my website, they abandon the cart. They would probably be doing it around this time, right? Like 8 a.m., 11:30, 12 p.m. And then around 6 p.m. or 8 p.m. That's when they kind of work. They kind of open up their emails and shop on my store and stuff like that. So so the next email then I will send out one day later. Okay. Then so over here, right, what I do as well is I have a webhooks. I forgot to mention here, right, is that I have a webhook that goes out, and I send out a WhatsApp message, right? So I send a WhatsApp message, and I'm using my own software, which is called warespond.com, right? So some of you can go and check it out. So it's it's a WhatsApp API. Then I will send out a reminder email to these reminder WhatsApp messages to these people to try and get them back, right? So that's what I do with the WhatsApp feature. And then I send out emails, delay, send out emails, delay 2 hours. So over here, usually what I do on the last email, right, is that I will tell them that, hey, it seems like you have not purchased, so the last email right here, I'll say, hey, you've not purchased, do you mind telling us why? We'll give you a 10% off, right? So that would be even more generous than the $5 off. So that's what I do. So the way that so that's the entire flow, right? You can see that, but of course I kind of design it in a way that it's kind of like a hook, right? Okay, so I can make it better as well by adding, for example, I can add more actions, such as you can do SMS as well. You can also where is browser push notifications, so you can add that as well. Okay, so the thing about VBout is that there is no way for you to remove someone once they enter the flow. So I know this is a little bit not very smart, but that's kind of how VBout is set up. So okay, so let me just kind of cancel and exit right here. So what happens is that you got to create a separate workflow right here, which is called automation removal, right? So what happens is that this is going to be a very simple workflow where if someone completes an order, you're going to pull them out from the previous workflow, which is the cart abandonment workflow. So that way, they are not going to receive the emails from here once they've purchased. So, and then I will put them into a folder. Okay, so into one folder, and I call it abandoned cart emails, right? Cart recovery, right? So that's one folder in there. Okay, so the way to use VBout is like that. If you are coming from a background of using Klaviyo, this is going to be slightly confusing for you, but that's just how VBout works, right? The logic is slightly different. Okay, so the next one that I'm going to be talking about is the customer thank you email. So this one is quite straightforward, but you actually make a lot of money from this because somehow customers just keep, you know, just kind of okay, sorry, this is not customer thank you. This is the first email that goes out, just to kind of give them a simple idea of how to use your website, right? So after they make a purchase, we'll send them some links right here and tell them, hey, if you need to check the status of your orders, you can go to orders. If you want to change your shipping or billing address, you can go to address book. If you want to go to change your details, sorry, this should be account details, right? So account details, you can click here. If you want to check your the points that you've accumulated for the loyalty program, you can click this. And then if you have any FAQ, you can click this. Okay, and then we'll sort of end off the email like this. And because they've already purchased, there's no need for you to add a customer testimonial in here, because they've already purchased. You don't have to try and convince them to buy anymore. And so what I do is I put in my social media icons in here, so that they might follow my social media. And because the more people follow my social media, when I post my campaigns up, they might not read the emails, but they might see my Facebook posts, and then they get back into the buying mode. Okay, so that's the customer thank you. So that is actually for once they make a purchase. Okay, so what happens is okay, so what I'm going to be showing you next is the win back campaign. Okay, so this is the customer win back campaign. So customer win back campaigns, you have to understand how how your customer behaves. Okay, so one thing about e-commerce stores, right, you have to know is that there is a magic number in e-commerce, and that magic number is 3. So why 3, and what is this 3 is that when someone has made 3 purchases from you, they are a lifetime customer, right? So they will keep coming back and purchase from you. And this doesn't matter whether it's a consumable product or whatever other product. If you're selling like sports jersey or whatever it is, when they purchase that 3 from you, you would have you would then be have them as a permanent customer, right? So for me, so for us, because how I actually learn about this, right, is that I look at all my customer base, and I look at how many actually make one single purchase and did not return. There's a lot of them. Then I look at those who purchase 2 times and never return. I have a lot of them as well. But the number of people who buy 3 and don't ever return anymore is very low, because they will continue to make their 4th, 5th, 6th, 7, 8 purchases, right? So that's how I build up the customer lifetime value, is to make them keep coming back. Okay, and right, so to do that, you got to make sure you hit the third purchase. Okay, so you have to look at your customer, right? What is the cycle that they purchase from you, right? So what I've seen is that customers, some customers come back in a weekly basis, some twice, bi-weekly, some about 3 weeks once, some about a month once, some about 6 weeks once, some 2 months once as well. But once what I realized is that once they're past sort of 75 days and they don't return, so about 2.5 months, and they don't return to make a second purchase, I am on the verge of losing them. Okay, so that's why I set 75 days. Your customer base might be different, so you got to understand your own customers, right? So what happens is, after 75 days, I would then send them an email offering them a discount. Okay, and I will also suggest some products. So one thing why I love VBout so much is because they have this product block right here, and this product block is the products that's in here is automatically suggested by VBout. So it's not a static product right here. It's dynamic, right? So it can show this product right here, this product, but for some other customer it will show a different product, right? So it will show the kind of products that based on their history, maybe they have purchased it before or they have viewed it before. So that is the kind of products that my customers are more likely to purchase again. Okay, right? And then I will usually set like hey, we'll give you this discount code. Okay, it will give you a discount code and it's valid for 2 days. So whenever I give a discount, what I will always do is to make sure that I create scarcity or urgency. So this is very important, right? So once I offer out a discount code, I tell them, say, hey, it's only gonna last for 2 days. If you don't purchase it, then it will expire. So then I will send out one reminder, second reminder, right? So 1, 2, 3, right? 3 emails, and that will be the win back campaign. So so then once again, there's no way for you to remove them. So you got to create another flow right here. I put them into the same folder just to remove people from the workflow, right? So you can see that customers that purchase, so there's pending 181 or 195 people that I have to that they will be receiving the email or something like that. Okay, so the next thing would be, I have the welcome series. Okay, so I have like a restock reminder. I would say those 3 emails are possibly the more important ones. Of course, the welcome email is very important. Okay, the welcome email is very important as well. So gotta wait for it to. Okay, it's taking a while to load. Right, so there you go. Okay, so so we'll send them a series. We actually send them like 8 emails right here. Right? So 8 emails. So the first email, what I do is so this is a very, very powerful trick, right, to make sure that your customers receive your email. So the first email, I don't use like HTML email, whatever it is. I just use a simple text email, and then I say, oh, this email is to confirm that your account is now active. So when they sign up, they will receive this email. And then next, we need to make sure that you're receiving our emails, or you may miss out on receipt, recover password, transactional, promotional emails from us. So this email is kept safe, kept simple. You should have received another email. So these emails, these 2 emails are sent instantly together, one after another, right? And then if you have not received it, check your spam folder, mark the email as not spam. If you're using Gmail, check your promotion tab, move the email to primary tab. So once they do this, it's going to improve my delivery to them, right? Add the info at seniorcare.com to your email address to increase the deliverability. So that's what I do, and then I will then send them more emails, right? So this is the first this is the welcome email. Let's open this one up. So I will write something like more personal, and you can see the header is a bit different right here. I actually put up like nutrition, bathroom aids, incontinence, mobility aids. So what happens is that when they click on these links, it will take them to the category page where they can browse those products, right? So that makes it easy for them to look for the product that they want to buy. Okay, then I put because whenever the customer has not purchased something, you always want to make sure that you put in a customer review in here, right? And then because I don't know what they want to buy, so I just kind of put and I'm not sure if they are going to buy anything at all at this stage, so I just put in the social media links in there as well. Okay, right. And then we'll take a look at this one right here. So this is the same. So because they've already created a account on my website, but they don't necessarily have made a purchase. So what I do is, on my website I would have a sales page, so all the products that go on sale will appear on this sales page. So that will help you to improve your conversion. So I will always send them, hey, go and check out the sales products, right? Okay, go and check out the sales products. So that's what I do. Okay, and then yep, and then in between you can send browser push, you can send WhatsApp notification, right? And pretty much you are sort of introducing your store to them, right? Introducing your business to them, right? So that's what I do. And then I do have an ebook as well. So what I do with my store is, in your e-commerce store you will have your blog, you will also have your physical your store pages, I'll say. So what happens is that when people visit your blogs, what are they looking for? They are looking for information, right? So they're looking for information. So what I do to make sure that I capture them as a customer, I capture them as a lead, because they are researching, right? They may not be ready to make a purchase yet. So what I do, I capture the information, I feed them with more information, and that's what the ebook does. So I show them, hey, why don't you download this one, put in your information, we'll send you the ebook for free, and this is going to give you more information about elderly care, right? And then what we do is that we will then feed them information and then offer them a discount, and then that's going to help them to convert into a customer. So that's something that you can do as well. And then what I do is, after customer purchase, I will ask them to, hey, follow my social media, hey, review my products on Google. Okay, so let me just kind of show you this one right here. Social media follows. Okay, so gotta let it load for a while, probably because I have a lot of stuff going on in there. Yep. Okay, so it is taking a little while. Okay, so here we go, right? So they join the email list. After 4 days, then I will send them an email, say, hey, would you like to follow my social media? So these are all my social media, please go and follow them. Okay, and then I'll send them a browser push, and this browser push is just for Facebook, right? And then I'll send them YouTube, okay, then Instagram. So that's what I do. Okay, so and then so what happens is, I send them an email, I ask them, hey, follow my Facebook, hey, follow my YouTube, hey, follow my Instagram, and then what happens is, then I then send them to another automation so it becomes a loop, right? This second automation right here is exactly the same as this one. So it becomes a loop. So they'll receive an email, and then they receive a browser push, they'll receive a browser push again, another browser push, and then that cycle keeps going on, okay, until they click on the link itself, right? So over here, when they click, so the how I remove them is when they click on the link, right? So when they click on my social media links, okay, I will then remove them from my automation, right? So I don't know if they are actually going to like, but anyway, at least they click on it, right? So that's what I do. So that's how I remove them. I got to remove them from both so that you see two actions over there, right? So that's the social media. So social media, although it's not really that powerful nowadays, but social media proof, right? The more people like it, the better it is, the more engagement, whatever it is. So next one is Google My Business. So the same thing, I create a loop just to kind of get them to leave reviews, but it works, right? It works. At least some of them it works. So let me just kind of show you right here. So this is my business, and you can see I got 59 reviews, and I don't I have not really incentivized them at all, but you can see this newest, there you go. So this one is a week ago, this is a month ago, 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 a month ago. So I've been getting a lot of reviews. Of course, sometimes we get a bad review, and that's not what we can. But overall, we got 4.6 right here. So once you complete the order, so what I do is 10 days later. So the reason why I wait 10 days is because it takes, let's say if they make a purchase on Friday, the earliest that I can send out the order is on Monday, and then they'll receive it on Tuesday. And then we'll give them 2 days or 3 days to kind of open it up and test it out, try out the product, okay, and then leave a review, right? So that's what we do. We just kind of wait a little while before we, and then I put 10 days because sometimes we may run out of stock. We take a couple of days just to fill it, just to send them again. So that's why I put 10 days, right? But I think the magic number is between 7 to 10 days, but it depends on your business, right? It depends on your country as well. If we are selling just in Singapore, that's why I can set 10 days and gives a decent result. Okay, so what we do is we just kind of keep sending the emails over and over again, just so that we get some reviews, and then of course once they click on it, we'll just remove them. Okay, right? So that's the same thing that we do with Facebook as well. We just try to get Facebook reviews, right? So pretty much I don't think I want to go into the rest. Maybe just this one itself very quickly for the restock reminder emails. So because my product is a consumable, people are going to come back every now and then. So so what I realize is most of the time people are okay. So the way that I do this in Klaviyo is that, so one thing that Klaviyo does very well is that they have this thing called the predictive analytics. Okay, so predictive analytics. So this predictive analytics can roughly they will try and guess when is the customer going to come back and make a second purchase, right? But of course with VBulk it doesn't have this feature, so I just kind of set 18 days and then we just send out a reminder, come back and purchase from us again. So that's all, right? Of course, and this part wise, I am definitely losing some accuracy in the targeting as compared to Klaviyo, right? But I feel that this is something that I can accept, right? So that's why I just make use of this, right? And then the last one, of course, the ebook, and then unsubscribe, right? So I have lead scoring. So when the quality is too low, it will just remove them from the list itself. Okay, so that's all I have with VBulk. This video is mainly just to show you how I craft my marketing automation, right? So This is how I craft my marketing automation, and I will share another video on some of the other features of VBot itself. So that's all I have to share. If you enjoyed this video, do give me a thumbs up. Let me know what you think about VBot in the comments below, and if you know anyone who could benefit from the best marketing automation tool that's ever been on a deal itself, be sure to share this video with them. Lastly, I definitely feel that this is really the best marketing automation tool out there. Everyone needs this. So the deal, my link is in the video description. Be sure to click that and get a copy of VBot for yourself. So that's all I have. I'll see you in my next video. Bye bye.